The challenge could be if there's a storm, who's responsible for shoveling the walkway? Is that the realtor's job? Is that the owner's job? Aside from that, we do have open houses. The one disadvantage, of course, to an open house or to thinking about moving to Boston in the winter. What's the market like in the wintertime in Boston? In Boston in the winter, the market does not shut down. You might think we still are quite busy here. However, typically there is a little bit of a slowdown. And when I say slowdown in the winter, I'm talking about the months of November, December, and January. Typically over the holiday season and then the very beginning of the new year, we tend to see a little bit of a lull in activity in the market here. And what that means is we just don't see as much inventory. There's still a good amount of buyers, but maybe not as many as there would be in other times of the year. And there's not quite as much inventory, but we still are selling houses here. It's still business as usual, but it just might not be quite as busy as other times of the year.
How are open houses in the winter?
How are open houses in the winter? We do have open houses in the winter. I would say again that people come out assuming that there's a storm, who's responsible for shoveling the walkway? Is that the realtor's job? Is that the owner's job? Aside from that, we do have open houses. The one disadvantage, of course, to an open house or to looking at homes in the winter is if there's snow on the ground, you don't really get an appreciation for the exterior of the home. You can't see the backyard. You can't see the roof, you can't see the walkway if there's like cracks or things like that. So you do lose out on some of the visuals. Sometimes the owners will have photos of the house during the spring or summer months so you can see it, but certainly that is a disadvantage if you're looking in the wintertime.
What are some pros of looking at houses in the winter?
What are some pros of looking at houses in the winter? In my experience, buyers can sometimes get deals. Now, not like crazy deals, but they can sometimes save money if they're looking to purchase a home in that November through January, early February time period. A lot of times you might have homes that are still on the market from the fall that are stagnant because most likely they were overpriced or for whatever reason, they just haven't sold. And so those owners are a little bit more flexible in their pricing because they don't want to have to wait another full and into spring to sell their homes. So you might be able to do a little bit better on your pricing, and you have most likely less competition in the wintertime. Now, on the flip side of that is you also probably have fewer homes to choose from. The inventory isn't as great, but you're not going to be dealing with as much competition, which this past year, as many buyers know, has been just incredibly fierce. So those are some pros to buying in the wintertime.
Should I wait until the spring to buy?
Should I wait until the spring to buy? That's a really, really personal question. I guess it depends on your timeline. If you have the luxury of waiting, I wouldn't say yes. I would say you might as well start looking now for the reasons like we discussed. You might be able to get a little bit of a better deal, and you might find a house that you love. And why wait until spring, until there's more competition, when you might be able to find something now and you can pay a little bit less for it and there's less competition. So I always encourage my buyers, if you have the luxury of time, of course, start in the winter and let's see where things are at. And if you find a great place, fabulous. Let's put a great offer together and get you that house. And if you don't find something, then no harm, no foul. And we can just move right on into the spring. Hey guys, if you're liking this content and are eager to hear more, I would encourage you to keep on watching. Click on the button to subscribe, and you will be the first to get new, fresh content as soon as I put it on the internet.